top ways to improve your love life today as a highly intellectual person. Most people put their business, career, profession at the very top priority of their lives because they really fear that if they put their relationship or having a partner involved in their lives as one of the top priorities over their business, they're gonna think they're gonna be making less money or they're just not gonna make it in their careers. This is so all false, and I'm about to break that mindset that this society has put onto you. Now, we all understand that it's so much easier to be able to do life and to be able to grow in our business and careers by ourselves, because I know having another person takes a lot of our times and we don't really want to take that energy and focus into that. We really want to put that into our business and careers. But let's face it, 30, 40, even 60 years from now, do you think you want to be able to be alone, do life alone? Do you want to reach in your 60s or 70s or 80s, feel like, wow, I actually wanted someone by my side that actually helped me to really enjoy life while also building that life I want. I want a true partner. Any area that we tend to lack in is because we tend to lack certain skills in that particular area. You're going to be able to build the life of your dreams, the business and careers of your dreams, along with someone that definitely builds you up and supports you along the way. Do we really want to end up at the top by ourselves? Highly intellectual people are not willing to humble themselves. They see it as a silly thing. They see it as a very weak thing. They're not going to say sorry because they have all the facts. They have this logical sense that they're always right, and they're just not going to be willing to lay down their pride and ego and genuinely be sorry. When we are in a relationship or we have certain results in our life that we don't want, majority of us don't take responsibility for it. We play a part in it. If our love life sucks, we play a part in it. We create our own chaos, we create our own problems, and the reason why the world is so chaotic and destructive today is because there is a lack of communication skills overall. This is how you're going to be able to improve your love life. This is how you're gonna stop creating chaos and problems for yourself. As challenge-oriented people like myself, if we don't have a challenge, we will create that challenge, and oftentimes those challenges are problems that shouldn't even be there in the first place. Challenge yourself the right way, the better way that will create results, not a problem because nothing's going on in your life, no excitement's happening. If you're not happy with the results in your love life or any area of your life, take responsibility, but not many people are willing to do that. Their ego is just better than having a passionate love life. What is more important to you? Write it down. What is it? Is it your ego or your goal? Weigh them both and figure out which one weighs more. I come from not succeeding in this area. I've learned so much. Don't be another statistic out there. It's not gonna get any better, but you are gonna get better. And as soon as you do that, things are gonna start to change. I used to be a huge control freak. If anything, I should have won an award for that. But life definitely tends to humble us. And one of the things that I learned is that I'm actually not in control of the outcome. What I am in control of is my actions. What do I say? How I deal with circumstances, how I deal with people. That is what I am in control of, but I am not in control of the outcome. So what is or who is? For me, that's God. Whatever that's for you, rely on that, something bigger than yourself. And when I say God spiritually, I mean your mental, emotional, physical health. Because if we don't have that in order, if we don't have something to rely on bigger than ourselves, what is there about life? Nothing. If our spiritual life is a mess, everything else tends to be. I love the fact that we're logical and we have to make sense of everything. There comes a point in time where, if it's not creating the results that you're looking for, then it's time to discern when to weigh the odds with your heart. What I mean by heart is you listen to them, you ask questions, you understand them, you have the vision in mind, you weigh your ego with your goal, because I feel like with the ego, it's always constantly had to be logical. I understand certain things, they have to be logical, just like in business, certain things have to be logical. We can't really depend on feelings. Being logical is choosing to love that person, choosing to bringing back the fire, bringing back the adventurous spirit, the fun, bringing back the harmonious sexual, why did you love them in the first place? That can be logical. Always having to overthink and be logical about these things. There's no intimacy involved. There's no heart involved. Just visualize this. When you are intimate with this person, are you being logical? Are you? And if you are, if you're being calculated with everything, you can tell that there's no passion going on. But if you just You have your whole heart involved when you are very intimate with this person. Doesn't have to be sexually, but when you're just like there and you're present and you have something else that's like in control of the situation, like you know your heart is involved. So it's just about discerning between the two, and you will definitely create that meaningful, passionate love life of yours. Highly intellectual people have really high standards. They'll have a list of the kind of person that they look for, and it's very specific. And if they don't really like match up to their expectations, it's a no. Now, you can definitely go about this strategy, but it's gonna be a very, 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 very long time for you to find that person. I'm not saying you have to lower your standards. What I am saying is that you must be willing to lower your expectations, because if you have all these high expectations of everything, you're gonna be frustrated. And if you want that partner to match up your expectations, how about you work on you? You become that partner that you want to attract. Take a look at that list. Do you check off everything? And if you do, please send me an email and show me that 40-page list that you have that you check out on everything. And if you send me that email, I want to go ahead and advance applaud to you for even taking the time to write that out just to prove your point. But what I'm saying is, if you don't check all these boxes, who are you to like judge? Like, who are you to have those expectations if you're not willing to back them up yourself? It is important to have standards and morals and know exactly what you look for. But like, for example, with me and my boyfriend, one of the reasons is that he wants to marry someone who is active, fit, they want to go to the gym, and because he is that way, right? The fact that he was leading by example, I found his leadership very admirable, so therefore I started doing it. He didn't have to tell me what to do, he just showed it. So it's by leadership. Even if you are married, I'm not saying they're never going to improve. No, that's not what I'm saying. The more you improve, they're gonna improve. One thing I learned about relationships and improving your love and your overall life is that you have to be willing to lead by example, because others are watching. They're watching you. Your partner's watching you. I'm leading by example on certain areas. He's leading by example on other areas. Therefore, we're coming together and we're definitely becoming a phenomenal match. And we're still like focusing on becoming a match every single day. We were high expectations of everything. We were frustrated quite often. And we realized that that's not the results that we want to create. If you have tons of expectations, if you just want to rely on those expectations, just be alone. I just want to save you all the headache in the world. But if you don't want to end up alone or die alone, those expectations, you just have to let go, and you have to be willing to lead by example. The next point is, and how to be able to solve this, is they can't seem to have a true partnership when all their life has been all about them. And this was me. I used to think that the world revolved around me. I had like the spotlight on me the whole time, and when I walked into a room, I was already the best one in the room. Yeah, there's no room for someone to come into your life when we think this way. There's just not, because we are like extremely conceited. When it's constantly all about us, we're not becoming the best versions of ourselves. We're not gonna make far more money. We're definitely not gonna improve our love life, that's for sure. Our spiritual life is gonna run dry. What else? Yeah, we're gonna be depressed, things that we don't want, clearly. When you actually graduate for the kingdom of self, you will start to see the world from a different light, with a different shade of glasses, like different eyes, different heart, different mindset. The ego has like layers to it. So the more you focus on shedding those layers, the better off you will see the world, like a lot brighter. My life just felt like it was just running dry and it was starting to become dark. And that's when I hit like rock bottom. But when you are just like humbling yourself, getting yourself out of the way, knowing that this life is not about you. Another reason and how to overcome, they fear that if they bring someone else into their lives, that they're gonna lose their careers. In fact, when you bring on that partner that you look for example, I had to work on myself more than anything. And I still work on myself more than anything. And the more you work on yourself more than anything, you will be unusually successful. Why? Because people are gravitated by your character. People are gravitated by the leadership, by how you lead things, by how you like deal with things. I just like spit, sorry about that. When you have someone in your relationship who encourages you, who supports you, you're gonna be elevated in your career far more. How do I know that? Okay, well, I had to become that person first. First of all, I wasn't always encouraging. I wasn't always supportive. Oh God, no. I was not always respecting my partner. Therefore, I was reaping back what I didn't want. Getting to know them all over again. We don't know our partners. I don't care what you say. There's so many people that live in the same household for 20 years thinking that they know one another, and they don't. They assume that they do, but they don't. Take the time to get to learn your partner. Take the time to get to know that person that you love, that you want to be with. We will never, ever, ever, ever know who our partner is. People are constantly evolving in how the world is changing. networking, get to know that person. Again, once more, building my partner up. They made far more money. I remember when I lived with my boyfriend, yes, I lived with him for a couple of years, I think like 3 years. His goal was to make a lot of money. So I met my boyfriend when he had a negative bank balance in his account. I mean, that's not funny. It's funny to say it now because this man is capable of making so much more money, but he wasn't always that way. And it wasn't because I was like being rude to him. I was stepping all over him. I was better than him, talk over him, not listen, not encourage, always asking why, like, why do you do this? Why do you do that? Always keeping records of wrongs, feeding my ego. No, that's not how he got there, no. Because oftentimes money just gives this person like power. For me, I see money as giving you options and freedom, but like, I don't know, like some people think like, oh, I have more money, that means I tell you what to do type of deal. Okay, first of all, like I said, it's just gonna go back to the things that we don't want. Ego versus the goal. Whatever their goal is, support them in that. They're gonna flourish. The whole reason why you're in a relationship or you're married is for that kind of partnership, not for tear each other down. Like, what is this? What is this, the world that we live in? Be different. Don't be like another statistic out there. You can make a difference in your life and becoming the person you want to be in a relationship with. Now, if your choice is to be single, that's great. Like if that's really what you want to do, great. But there's gonna be a point in time in your life, and I don't want it to be too late for you, that you're gonna want someone. I'm in a relationship now for close to 7 years. It's passionate, it's loving, it's so harmonious, it's so encouraging, so supportive because I chose it for it to be that way. We are in control of those things. Like we're in control for what we put out to get back. If you are single, it is by choice, my friend. Now, if that's something again that you want, go for it. That's awesome. You're probably in a season that you want to be single. You're probably in a season that you choose to be single to learn from yourself, grow as a person. I by all means, I heavily support that and I love that. We're gonna want a partner eventually. The moment you have the results that you want in your life is because you made a choice to have them. What we do with the circumstances that we have right now determines our success. And if we rely on something bigger than ourselves, they're gonna have our backs no matter what. And they're gonna give us far more than we have expected it to be. Thank you for watching. Make sure you watch this video next. This video is also going to be able to continue to help you in your journey as far as being able to improve your love life as a hardworking entrepreneur. So very proud of you. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Love you.